I just haven't really seen Undying played as anything other than a 5 because he just doesn't have any way to farm. He like has to snowball if it kills. Bat Rider picked up for Team. This is a IX Mike special as the 5.
Okay. We saw Monkeys doing that a little bit.
Yeah, he's a former offlaner, of course, playing 5 for Team. So not out of his wheelhouse to play the Bat Rider. Yeah. And quite good against the Wyvern and the Razor and Undying in lane.
They don't really have any Tombstone Killer yet. That's not a Team, so something to think about and address as this draft goes on.
Phantom Lancer, potentially.
Yeah, PL wouldn't be horrible right now, I guess. The Wyvern's a little annoying, I would think, for PL, but against the Tombstone is good, yeah. I guess he's also decent against Razor.
And he's definitely an Eternal Envy hero, that's for sure.
Eternal Envy has a lot of heroes.
Dire team.
Yeah, he's played a lot
Legion
of
Commander.
And perhaps anticipating.
Yeah, now you do not go PL.
The Phantom Lancer pick. LC also very good against the Bat Rider, being able to purge the lasso. Provide some lockdown for the Darks here, potentially.
What about like a Morphling?
10 seconds
team
remaining
right now.
5 seconds.
I'm trying to think of heroes that are decent against Razor, you know, getting away from being tethered and not really concerned about Wyvern as much.
Yeah, that also don't lose to Legion Commander in lane.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of a tough one with the Ember Spirit being banned out.
Like a Timbersaw core could be interesting here.
Radiant team.
Envy Wraith King. I don't know.
They go back to the Sven into a Razor as well as a Wyvern. Oh, I don't know about that. Is there any way this is a support Sven? No, it's going to be a core.
Definitely a core Sven. You know, I mean, I don't want to harp on it too much, but when you are new to a team, generally your hero pool is quite limited because you don't really know how your hero pool and how you play fits into the other players. So Envy perhaps just kind of sticking with comfort stuff that team has had time to scrim with, practice with. You know, Sven, I think he's just generally a pretty good carry in the current patch. Obviously, he had issues against the Wyvern, but there is no really hard lockdown as far as being able to just continually keep him locked down through these fights. There's the curse, there's the duel, but other than that, complexity doesn't have nearly the same kiting ability and control that they had last game.
You know, I was thinking, but again, Monkey King's, you're done with the Wyvern. The Cold Embrace is going to be very good this game from Wyvern as far as saving people. I suppose overall Monkey King's not horrible, though. It's not too concerned about the
10 seconds remaining.
Link as much as other cores. But it's a very melee-heavy team in general against a Razor. I don't know. That's a funky finish to me from Team. It's just, I wasn't like, oh yeah, that made sense. It was more of like, okay, I guess.
It's definitely one of Gunner's best heroes,
heroes,
Monkey King, and they didn't do enable him for sure. You know, Envy's going to have an Envy game most of the time. I feel like they definitely need to put a little priority making sure that Gunner has a good game because last game was brutal for him.
Yeah. They snap pick and Ursa. They didn't have much time to be fair, but it wasn't really snap pick, I guess. But they eventually settled for the Ursa on the side of complexity. So it is going to be Merkel playing the safe lane Ursa. You got Limp and Razor in that mid lane. Ursa's a little curious to me too. Bat Rider's considered decent against Ursa at the laning phase at least. But why do you think they went the Ursa this game actually?
I mean, he's just reasonably good against most of Team. You know, he's a tanky hero. He can soak up a bunch of damage. He's got a bunch of melee heroes that he's going to be against. So he's not really going to get bullied too much He could potentially go for the Ags and deal with the... There's a lot of stuff to deal with this Bat Rider for sure.
Mm-hmm. It is Adam on Undying. Yeah, Wyvern has a Z-Freak as expected there. Everything else shaping up as yeah, you definitely expect in the end. So, Legion Commander, obviously already a great response to Bat Rider. Just the press the attack purge is going to be useful for that alone. So that's where maybe, you know, they're a little more confident with the Ursa pick as well, not being lassoed up and taken out of a fight. As long as you have press the attack nearby, he'll be good to go.
Yeah, definitely both teams have some pretty good team fight potential with the Vac and the Impale into the Monkey King ult. At the same time, there is always the counter initiation of the Winter's Curse, and then Tombstone is a nice kind of area denial effect as well that is pretty good against all these melee heroes until Brax has that AoE surge to deal with it.
Confused with the freaking Monkey King turning into the courier.
Prepare
off the
for
bat.
Try harder.
Hopping down to the mid lane. Sometimes see some Monkey Kings get a little clever with this and go for courier snipes even early on in the game, but for now he's joined with the team running towards bottom. Pinging out this area over here.
Another 4-man rotation by Team to the bottom.
Yep, saw it last time. Last time did not result in anything, though, and probably going to be the same case here. You already have Miracle. He's kind of hiding in the trees once again. Z-Freak, he's far enough that, yeah, he'll spot the next assassin.
This ward will find them as well. But Ix Mike going to get the D ward right off the bat.
30 seconds to battle.
Smart. How does he... Is that just a research D-word, do you think? Just over time, he kind of catch their tendencies?
Probably, and also just the fact that it's been 2 games in a row where you move down here as 4 and don't find anybody. Get a little suspicious that they might have a ward up there early.
Yeah. Oh, good heads up. Yeah, this is the other thing about this Sven pick, actually, too, with the Undying. He's going to be spamming this Decay.
The battle begins.
It's not going to be a fun laning phase for Eternal Envy, as he does get the rune, though, so that's 3 for 1 favoring Team. But
Death coming over.
Yeah, he might be in trouble, actually.
He's going to get very low here.
Another Decay. Does have Stormhammer. I think he's fine, but again, yeah, you look at how much little life he has actually in the number sense that he is in trouble, but no, he'll survive.
340 HP.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Limp immediately bullying Gunner off the creep wave in the mid lane.
Yeah, they still Undying, but this is 1,000 life Undying right now, so we're not going to deal with him either.
Heads down.
I mentioned the mid lane Limp up to the good start there. Against Monkey King. And bottom lane, once again, the creep wave pulled into the tower. Miracle doing his best to last hit, and unfortunately missing that last range right there. You got 2 of them, though, it looks like. Going to use the Ion Shell behind the tower, though. And this is where the game doesn't really become Dota anymore. It's just do your best. Pull the lanes.
One of the best ways to deal with laning against Ursa is just to not lane against him, so I'm not surprised to see Team utilizing that strategy here.
Yeah, and it's also a mix of a Darkseer specialty, of course, with an Ion Shell. Gonna try to contest here off to the jungle. As Ursa will walk it off and be fine top lane. For 3 is in trouble. He's gonna die. He just simply burns level 2 on Bat Rider, and they just Firefly on top of him. So as tanky as he was, those sticky napalms do add up, and that's a first blood. I gotta say, I'm actually surprised at that. I would have figured it would have gone Complexity's way if anything, but Team make it happen.
Bat is incredibly good against melee heroes, and considering that Undying wants to be in the middle of everything all the time, he's just going to be eating sticky stacks constantly.
Heads down.
God, look at this Monkey King. As soon as he comes back in the lane, Razor just applies the link, and look, he might kill him. Oh, Mischief! Oh! The Mischief juke actually keeps him alive. But
It's
man,
about
oh, man.
empowering Gunner to have a good game, right?
Yeah. It's a good hero for him, like you said. But yeah, again, this Razor, great against both of these cores, really. Especially Monkey King in the laning phase. Just that's the worrisome thing for me, at least, and I'm sure Team fans, that their cores are setting up this game to have a somewhat difficult game, it feels like. Well, maybe the Darkseer can pull through. Brax had a good start last game, too, on the Phoenix. Z-Freak, he might be in trouble. No, he's just kiting away. He's got stick charges.
Again, Nushim's actually higher level than Brax. This happened last game as well. He's just spending more time in the creep wave, looking to get that level 6 early so he can start rotating and setting up for his team.
You can run. You should run.
I really like to see them helping out Gunner, but I mean, they have a Bat and a Nyx Assassin, neither of which is going to be able to really gank very much until level 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be some time. As, man, Razor's 20-10 against a 6-0 Monkey King.
Yeah, he's smashing right now.
And Monkey King's not really a, oh, I'm just going to go jungle recover hero. This is bad. They're going to need some kind of gank, you'd figure, but you talked about, yeah, with the supports, they're going to need to be level 6 before they can really be effective for a gank.
That's kind of more of the same. Limp, it's interesting. I think that Gunner might be number 2 on the leaderboard. Limp's number 1 oftentimes. Not totally sure where they are right now, but so far it's been Limp with the slightly better matchup in both lanes, and he is utilizing that draft advantage to its full extent at the moment.
Yeah. All right, well, while we're in this pause, let's take a quick glance at the other matches here that are currently going on. For North American region, you have EG's up 1-0 over GG&G. It's like a 27-minute victory. J-Storm's up over Zalata 1-0, and Forwards winning 1-0 themselves over Vega Academy. So fair to say all the expected results in the other 3 matches that are taking place right there.
Yeah, relative stomps in all 3 of those games as well. As you would expect. I mean, these are 3 teams that consistently go to the majors against teams that are kind of up and coming, still trying to find their stride.
Has that been the case all 3 majors so far? It's been the same 3 NA teams? I didn't think about that. I guess it has been, huh?
I believe so.
EG, J-Storm, and
Forward.
Forward, yeah. Because compLexity, they haven't, so. Yeah. That's been the case. NA 3 spots. We thought, like, maybe after the first major it would drop down to 2, but they kept it at 3. And safe to say that's just going to be the way it runs out. And I go back to with the results of the NA teams at the majors themselves. Even I really don't know if there's the strong argument that they deserve 3 spots, but that's just what was decided clearly at the beginning of the season, and they were not going to change it like we may have thought they would.
Yep, Forward has been probably the most disappointing out of all the teams, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now they've shuffled their roster. We'll see what they do with the new one. CCNC, of course, joining the team along with Kittrack and Snaking. So a pretty big shuffle for Forward. But yeah, a little disappointed. We missed the Sumail Storm Spirit in game 1.
Ooh.
It's a classic. Slightly back in the meta potentially with buff after buff after buff.
Wow. I'm not going to lie. You mentioned that change of Forward gaming. I did not even I was not even fully aware of that. Okay, so yeah, Universe departs, SVG retires from Dota, and Resolution went inactive for the time being.
Yep.
Jesus. They really are shuffling around.
Yeah, in some sense, it may end up being a little bit. I hesitate to say this, but it may be a little bit better for them because I wouldn't say that Yoar was the active mid laner that you need to be in the current patch. And CCNC definitely is a much more aggressive player. Yoar was traditionally a 1 player before joining Forward. So he's back to his most comfortable role and kind of the playstyle that he generally employs anyway. And then they get Snaking, who plays a very farm-heavy style of 3 usually. And then Kitrak is generally one of the most sacrificial support players in NA. So we'll see how they end up kind of shaping up. But they have a little bit more kind of hungry young blood on their team now. And looks like they're doing pretty well so far.
Yeah. Again, up 1-0 in their series and on their way to taking it. But the match against J-Storm, that'll be a little more telling in the following round if it plays out as we expect.
CIS has their 2 qualifiers, by the way.
Yes.
Virtus Pro, of course, and then Empire actually 2-0'd Navi just recently to advance to the major.
Okay, so that is finished, yeah. Yeah, 2-1 for Virtus Pro, so Empire taking them the distance, but then, as you pointed out, they managed to then defeat Navi anyways. So Gambit actually falling to Navi the round before. Gambit's been the hot team out of CIS recently. But, yeah, getting knocked out by Navi, as we see here. Empire, though, they CIS region is just so, it does this every cycle of events. Like, you got Virtus Pro always on top, but then you just have a different team in that second spot, it feels like. They just
someone
rotate.
Gets hot, somebody figures out the strategy, somebody gets the heroes that they like to play buffed. You know, you never really know who that second team is going to be in CIS, as you were mentioning.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we are ready to resume, though, in game number 2. Whatever issue has been figured out for the time being, at least. So back to this one. Again, the mid matchup absolutely dominated by Razor currently. No sign of that changing right now for Monkey King. Just a very, very difficult matchup for him. As bottom, oh, that was top lane. Death gets the kill. Okay.
Try harder.
I'm guessing Decay's just added up right there.
Yep.
And I missed a kill middle lane too. All right, both cores going down. That's a yikes, because it's already setting up to be a difficult game for both of these cores, and they go down back to back in the laning phase.
Yeah, once again, it's going to be all about this Brax Newsham lane to carry their team. But I wouldn't really say that Darkseer Nyx have the most carry potential.
Yeah.
You know,
Darkseer's not an offlaner that's going to be like, all right, don't worry, I get a blink and I'll start taking over, right?
Yeah, they need the damage from the Monkey King or the Sven to take advantage of that combo.
Well, the decays continue to come out, Sven. He's got a bracer now at least. You have a pull off to the right, Ix Mike doing so. Ix Mike currently no items in his inventory, by the way. That's just sometimes you got to sacrifice, I suppose. 3 for 3. He's going to take some last hits, meanwhile, from him. In fact, Death's running over, and now Mike is the one that has to be careful. Yeah, more decays. Yeah, with the press the attack now, Legion Commander too. This is just across the board a really difficult lane now.
6 stacks. But yeah, Mike too low to actually contest the rune, so it will be 2 runes to the side of complexity in the top. I'm going to grab 1 in the bottom, so 3-1. Things definitely getting even more rough. Limp 31 and 15 in terms of last hits and denies.
That's pretty good. Phase boots, double Wraith Band, just about finished early on. What kind of Razor build is it this time around, do we think? The early Eels, you think, or gonna see a different direction perhaps as bottom lane? I'll give you time to think about it, because Spiked Carapace coming out. Newsham. Don't get the stun off, but those Fury Swipes are adding up for the Ursa. I don't think it's going to be nearly enough, though.
Yeah, a patch or 2 ago, I would have said that drums looks pretty good this game, but now that seems to be kind of the standard Ursa build, is to go for drums and delay the blink purchase. And since Ursa does have that Windlace, I would expect him to be going for the drums. I say that. Gunnar makes rotation, but...
Yeah. Brax goes down, manning up right there. That's not a hero to man up against. Miracle. Cold Embrace saves him for the time being. Gunnar, he has max stacks now, the Jingu. But is that even enough? Ursa just kind of kiting away with a phase boost and the Splinter Blast coming out. And he just simply keeps running away. Bring around the Rosie here.
Now my enemy.
Also got a Shriner worker top lane. They're diving. Death is going in. He almost has duel. Gets another creep kill, maybe.
This is a kill for sure.
That's just a kill. I was hoping maybe get level 6 to get the duel victory, but they'll take the kill.
This is shaping up to be a brutal game for team. It just seems like complexity have relatively outdrafted them here.
Dire's structures are
Look at bottom lane. Ursa's literally just running at Nusham. He's gonna get the kill. Oh my gosh.
Phase Windlace.
He needs a TP here soon though. Boundless Strike is ready. Okay, I was gonna say if he really doesn't use it there. So actually they do kill Miracle at least. Diving too far. Free TP. Well, actually he used his TP, so he'll have to run back unfortunately for him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this Legion Commander is putting on heavy pressure in the top lane. I mean, we can see it reflected in the CS for complexity. They won all 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Top again, Eternal Levy's fine. Again, Duel is ready for death, if he has the mana, of course, but not much to do there. Gonna go drums himself, by the way, on Legion Commander bottom lane. Mike, he's surged up, he's going in. Z-Freak trying to fly away. It's not easy, though, against the surged Bat Rider. Splinter Blast just going to be thrown out, and eventually will be killed off. Again, Cold Embrace, not going to save him there either.
Look at Limp in the mid lane, though.
He's diving.
It's almost level 9. Gunner just hit level 6. This Razor is incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, it's going off.
Maxing the passive, 0 points in Plasma Field. That's a little interesting to me, considering that it would allow you to find the Monkey King in the trees.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, maxed out the unstable current. Obviously trusts the Limp and know what he's doing there, but worth pointing out at least.
Yep. Certainly the best farming ability Razor has is that unstable current.
Yeah.
Just pressure in the wave constantly.
They got 4 heroes here all of a sudden. They're going to take out the mid tower. The top tier 1's already taken out, of course, so why not move as a team? Let Miracle farm bottom. Oh, bottom, or down here on Dying. He's definitely dead. He used a wall for this, though.
Big overwhelming odds.
Yeah, the overwhelming odds, all those illusions and everything. Let's, they kill on Dying, but again, complexity, I don't think they really care about that. They didn't get the tower, though. That's the one thing that's good for Team out of that.
At least not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
So yeah. Atos will be the item queued up by Limp. Definitely good. Really good item on Razor. And this game in particular with the Darkseer Surge.
Undying. He's out of range. He's good to go. Yeah, this is not the same game for Eternal MV2 as far as his farm went. Last game, it was looking great. This game, not good. He's got a Bracer. You just finished Power Treads. Is there a like? Does he need to get like a Blink Dagger just right away, you think, and try to get kills with the team early on, or does he need to go that greedy build still?
They just don't have any damage is the problem. So either Monkey King or Envy needs to go for damage early on if they're going to try and take fights. But Sven is kind of a...
I'm watching this middle lane during that. Yeah, they save Razor, and they're going to get a dual victory on Nyx Assassin as well. They kill the Monkey King, and they take the tower. Team, they tried so hard to kill Limp. They thought he was by himself, I suppose. But out of nowhere, it felt like complexity just collapsed with their supports. And Ursa, meanwhile, takes out Ike's Mike at the bottom, as he didn't have much life to work with right there. So 4 kills in total, or I guess 3 throughout that. 5,000 net worth lead now for complexity.
He's on the hunt. He has Curse.
I can't catch. Oh, and 2 drums just purchased. One on LC and one on Ursa. Kind of tells you what complexity's looking to do.
Yep. Speaking of Ursa, being chased. No ulti.
He might die here. One more hit.
There's also no damage on Gunner.
Iron Shell helps. It's level 3 Iron Shell at least, but helps to take him down and get that kill. So another kill on Ursa at least. Just got the drums. Limp's up here though, farming the jungle. He's almost got the Rod of Atos now. Just about finished.
And that's when the aggression will really pick up, because they'll have the easy catch for anybody on team. Couple drums as well on very fast heroes. Both Legion Commander and Ursa are extremely fast in their base movement speed, so drums is a perfect item for them.
Look at this. Gunner gets surged, but with the TP coming in, yeah, probably best not to go in here. Miracle with the new drums, ready to fight. Z-Freak running away to the left.
They're caught out here. Miracle is definitely in trouble.
He does have his ultimate, though, so he's just going to run.
Oh, there's no lasso on Mike.
Is a great conductor.
He just jets on out of here. I love it. Pops drums to run. The balance strike misses. And now he has TP, so now he wants to man up. And now Team is the one that has to run LC. He gets the duel off. That's a kill on Nyx Assassin and a victory. And that will be the end of it. But what a run from Miracle. Yeah, not often running towards the enemy team's base, at least initially, is the best play, but it sure was there.
Yeah, this is just a rough game as a team fan. If there are any out there currently, Envy fan, you're asking about his itemization. I mean, there's kind of just a basic build that you go for Sven on pretty much every game because he just does one thing, which is burst damage. And if he doesn't have the ability to do that, then he doesn't have a game.
Rod of Ato's going to catch the Darks here. I mean, Surge is essentially doing nothing there. Tombstone throwing down initially, so they catch him. That was at a Tier 2 tower, and the Tier 1 was still up. That just really shows you the state of the game right now for compLexity and how comfortable they're feeling as they should be.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Nyx Assassin, he's level 6 at least. He doesn't have Vendetta currently. He gets a ward down at least deep on the left Radiant side.
Yeah, look at these aggressive wards by compLexity, really controlling the bottom half of the map.
Yeah.
They're going to go on Adam up top.
Trying to.
Rotation's coming in.
Yeah, it's not an easy kill, and this is what can happen. Monkey King, it's not worth it, buddy. That's going to be a dual victory as well. Oh, maybe not. Oh, just in the last second. So they get the victory. Nyx Assassin, he's not dusted. They do have another sentry. The curse deck hold him in place and let the Link drain all the damage. Can they actually kill him, though?
Oh, he's out of range.
They know where he's going with the Link. Oh, another sentry!
Another sentry.
He happened to walk into another sentry. Oh, that's brutal.
And they get the 168 damage from Limp added to this Roshan attempt. So this is going to be a very easy Rosh for compLexity.
Radiant scans nearby just in case. Kind of ninja it, but not the case. compLexity, this has got to be one of the more stompy leads we've seen in a while. Especially in a game 2 here against a very good team and team, but sometimes you just get out drafted, and most certainly a big part of it here.
Yeah, we had our questions about the MK and Sven into the Razor.
Yeah.
And the Wyvern, for that matter.
Yeah, no, that was for me. The Wyvern initially, and then it was like the Razor too. It just wasn't helping the situation.
Tower is under attack.
compLexity actually just picked like 3 of the best heroes against melee cores.
Undying too, yeah.
I mean, the Legion, Ursa, all of these heroes completely.
I guess they're all really, actually pretty good. Oh, dual catches, Ix Mike. They obviously killed Darkseer right before this. This is what, 4 victories already? Yeah, 40 plus damage for death, just because he's getting kills. Miracle, meanwhile.
Another catch up top. He has Aegis though.
Yeah. Oh boy. Mischief, he's having some fun with that. Not going to work. Okay, Eternal Levy gets the bounty rune. Okay, let's see if it's worth it in the end. TP? The answer's no.
Atos. This game's over. Yeah. this is just an absolute smashing by compLexity.
And good news for Team. There's still a match to play after this elimination match, which would be against the loser of the EG versus GG and G series. GG and GG. Think about this. GG and GG.
If only CC&C was on GG and GG. That would be
I thought he was. I looked at the roster and I kind of assumed that he would be, but yeah, I honestly overlooked the whole forward gaming situation. As Wyvern TP's out bottom lane with a curse.
Is under attack.
So no lasso to had.
Yeah, you know compLexity is feeling pretty good if they're willing to just throw a curse out just to save their position 5 support. Or position 4, sorry. Z-Freak is playing the hero.
Man, let's gonna have a BKB soon.
Dire's top tower.
Death. He gets the top tower kill.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, going back to the draft and the interesting point you brought up as far as whenever you have players kind of joining a new team, coming together, that you're kind of unsure of maybe overall drafts that you can do with certain heroes. Bottom, by the way, Wyvern. He is going to die this time as, nope, maybe not. Cold Embrace, are you kidding me? He's alive for now. Okay, he finally ticks down. LC trying to save him. Unable to do so, though, but you also have Razor.
Double damage.
Yeah, Death is still trying to find him. He's got a duel ready to go. Impale hits. Allow Nyx Assassin to keep running for now.
Oh, there's the Atos. Ooh, just
almost.
Just late.
Death still wants this kill. He's not going to find him. But, yeah, it's... I guess that is part of it, but I don't know, to me, again, it just feels odd that Sven finds a free kill on time, but you pick up a Sven into a Razor and Wyvern, and then a Monkey King who gets dominated in the landing phase. Like, these guys know this, obviously. It's just hard for me to understand how there was such an oversight, I guess. But
I don't think they expected the mid lane to be that bad. You know, Monkey King, he's a pretty fast hero. Generally speaking, he probably shouldn't get solo killed by Razor, but...
Yeah, true. Got the Bash proc off the bat. Yeah, by the way, Basher and Ursa.
Sure, why not? Who needs a Blink Dagger when you can just run everybody down?
Yep, Drum's good for that. They're almost out of charges between LC and Ursa.
NV.
Is he in trouble? Down here, Warcry. He's good. Now, we're sitting here talking about this draft and me not drafting everything. Now, to be fair, Team still hanging in there. Eternal Envy's farm is getting better. He's now 3rd in net worth. He has an Echo Saber finish, so that's at least some hope for Team. And a BKB will definitely help with what he's dealing with here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are holding out, but at the same time, complexity is just getting more and more tanky. There's a Blade Mail on the LC.
Yeah, is that now? Jeez.
And Z-Freak closing in on a Spirit Vessel as well.
Yes.
Flying himself out the BKB right now.
This is that point of the game too for Team where it's when you're behind this much, you can't really defend your towers.
Yep. That's okay. You only want to defend your high ground tower.
Under attack.
When you are at such a deficit, it really doesn't matter whether they take your tier 2s or not. You can't really control that part of the map anyway. So, I mean, we see Envy, he's just farming the exact opposite side of the map.
Duel into a spiked Carapace, so they're not going to get the victory out of this. Will they even get the kill? Ursa, find him. Yes. Smoke right after. So,
and TP's at the top lane, continues to farm. He's going to go for that BKB. Has a blink. I feel like they're still going to have some pretty big damage issues, however, until he gets a crit, maybe, you know, one more item on top of that. Monkey King also just has an Echo Saber going for Medallion next.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But Wukong's is really good against most of complexity.
Oh,
Tombstone.
Yeah, that's another reason why Monkey King's awkward here into the Tombstone, taking all the trees. However, gets Wukong's off. Gunnar, he's forced to man up, but it's a man up that's not going to work. The duel for death does get a victory out of it. Having a tree destruction against a hero like Monkey King, of course, fantastic. And dying does just that. Razor's now top, pushing it in. Go back to, though, is Sven. He's currently up here. Ideally has been elsewhere. Actually, you know, so I was actually just going to bring this up. Thinking about the BKB, what's the BKB really going to do a lot this game? And I guess he kind of agrees in that, too, where he's changing it up to an SNY now, potentially.
Yeah, there's basically no magic damage or un-BKB piercing control. Yeah, it's only BKB piercing control pretty much from complexity, aside from the Atos. Blink Dagger is online for Batrider finally, and you know, so they're getting to the point. They picked this very, very slow lineup. None of their heroes is really able to do anything as far as like make stuff happen, gank other team until they have the Blink Dagger on the bat, until they have Vendetta on the Nyx.
Radiant are scanning.
So, you know, Team starting to find a little bit of momentum, but still a 9K net worth lead for complexity, and it's really all about Eternal Envy's split push.
That was Bat Rider living life on the edge right there. He
Radiant's
somehow
bottom
is
tower
not
is
found
under
by the
attack.
Ursa. So he'll manage to TP out. Can you just look at the positioning right now? They're very deep wards from complexity and just where their heroes are. They've taken over the map outside of where Eternal Envy is. He's just found a little bit of the area that happens to be open for now, but it's closing quickly. And he may need to get out of here. He's going to get greedy. He wants the creep wave.
You should be fine.
Double damage.
The catch, aside from the curse and the duel, is pretty bad from complexity. So that is one upside for Team is that they don't have that reliable, easy catch like they did in the Shaman last game.
A very deep ward placed by Ike's Mike, so he's trying to get some good information in with the Blink Dagger. That's nice to see for Team to have and take advantage of. Unfortunately for him, I think a 343 may have spotted him warding there. And he's got a
damage on Miracle.
Sentry coming out. Miracle's in the middle lane. Yeah, they're coming back in. They don't see... Do they? Oh, they do see IX Mike. They saw him this whole time. He's going to try to fly away, though, and he actually gets the blink off, so good job there.
Guerrilla warfare tactics coming out from Team in this game.
Yeah.
It's really all they can do.
And as expected, the ward is countered, unfortunately. Well, the map continues to be pretty dark for Team. And there's a blink now in Wyvern. Go with the Spirit Vessel. So Z-Freak, his positioning, found to be pretty good.
Gunner nearly caught out by a duel there. Death just 1/2 second short.
And they're pinging out Death.
He is kind of alone. He's surrounded by Team players, but you look at this positioning.
Yeah.
They're literally just like, let's be in the weirdest possible place. That way complexity will never be able to actually fight us. And it's kind of working so far. I mean, they're still losing net worth, but at least they're getting some map pressure. A couple nice wards from Team here in the bottom lane.
Yeah. I feel like I've said this with Eternal Envy teams before, in that whenever they happen to get behind early on, they are very good at staying in the game. And not just giving up and letting them get completely overran. Like, they do enough to actually stay in the game and do what they should be doing to give themselves a chance despite being down by so much.
Oh, for sure. Envy's one of the best split pushers in the game. He's always been that way. He's always one of these players that knows when to cut creeps, knows when to play on the opposite side of the map.
Gunner's sitting down here.
Annoying. It's annoying to close out a game against Eternal Envy.
Regeneration.
They're gonna go for a kill here. Thinking about it.
Yeah, that was a very ambitious decision. Right on top of a tower.
More dual damage.
More dual damage, and Ursa, meanwhile, just takes out Roshan by himself because he's Ursa. And he can do that. And he's got Cheese and Aegis. He's almost got a full BKB finished. As Braxy takes the bounty rune in front of them, and we'll get the other one. He has barely. Death does not have a duel, though. So they can't capitalize there. IX Mike, he goes down to Miracle, meanwhile at the top side. And the BKB being delivered to Ursa. Something tells me this is going to be complexity going to high ground now. Soon at least. As Limp, he found an Envy. That's big. The Shivas that he has now. Good job with the Surge, though. We'll keep him alive. Brax in trouble, however, because of this. The vacuum pull in. Brax is going to die. Nusham running around with a spiked carapace. He'll walk on out, but just one by one they keep falling.
Complexity trying to corral Team into their base now. They gave them quite a bit of space to get the split push going on, but doing a better job of actually forcing the issue now with that Aegis in hand.
Is under attack.
Balance strike from Monkey King trying to deter them. Not going to be the case though, Ursa. He's still manning up just fine. As Wyvern scare them too. But again, Team not really in the best spot to fight, but a case of they might kind of have to. Crystal is just purchased by Sven, so he's kind of all in here. He does not have a buyback.
It's a bit of a power spike, but do they have enough damage even with that? Cut through this Aegis, Ursa, very tanky. Legion and Razor as well.
Here we go.
The same.
Lasso, they catch LC. That's the best target to catch right here. Wukong's on top of that. Miracle, he possibly could be there going against Monkey King. In the back left, Wyvern got the curse off, but he goes down as Sven beats him down. Buyback from Z-Freak. Limp, he's just running around. He's got the tether up, though, and there's the duel now. Sven's definitely dying to this, and as we mentioned, no buyback on him. Monkey King did buy back, but without the Wukong's not nearly as threatening. Brax is also going to be run down himself. They do have buybacks on both Nyx and the Darkseer. They might as well go for it, right? Nyx Assassin is going to use his as Mischief for Gunner. Is it enough to get away? Maybe. Nusham, nice blocking coming out, and it will save him in the end. Never mind. Overwhelming odds. The pogo stick is not enough for Monkey King to bounce on out. So team, they try their desperate move, but we got to go for it. I mean, the initiation really wasn't too bad considering, but they're going to have to call GG because this one is over, and compLexity will take the series 2-0 and advance on to the following round here in Group A.
Yep. After all that work, it's kind of just comes down to the inevitable conclusion of that game. That being said, like you did mention, it was a good initiation by Team. That was basically the only way they could take the fight, is kill the Wyvern and potentially the Legion early on, but just too much damage, too tanky. compLexity played very well in that series.
So they're ready for their next match, which I was confirming. I believe it is going to be against EG. It looks like it is, according to Liquipedia. That one's finished there, so Evil Geniuses advancing on themselves over GG and GG. So that means, yeah, fun one to say there. compLexity versus EG, and then GG and GG will play Team. Jesus. Thank God we're not casting that one.
EG and GG and GG and TT and...
Yeah, this is some teams need to work on their names. Just saying, but... yeah, we got compLexity versus Evil Geniuses, though, going to be coming up on this stream. That'll be taking place after a short break, I'm sure. So already looking forward to that. Group B, looks like it's also shaping up to J-Storm versus Forward is going to be the matchup, and Zalato versus Vega Academy in the losers match over there. All right, so it is a rolling schedule, so obviously you're going to get things a short break here for the teams, of course, but we should be looking to get into the compLexity versus Evil Geniuses series in the near future. So we're going to take a short break. I do need to get some food myself real quick, but we may come back for another panel segment depending on how long the next series is going to take. And if anything, we do got the series eventually. That'll be happening, of course. So. All right, stay tuned, guys. The MDL, the Paris Major qualifiers out of the North American region will continue here on the BTS stream. We got Group A action. Evil Geniuses versus compLexity will be coming up next on Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Stay tuned, guys. We'll have that series shortly up.